G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. You can see there's 3 days left on this one. It is set in Tokyo. So it's the week of the 8th of September. All weekly choices are doubled. Love that one. Only one choice is offered. A bit harder. Speed limit on bridges is decreased. Let's not go crazy on overbuilding bridges or making exceptionally long ones. I feel like I made that mistake the last time. We had a slow bridge. Slow going in these early stages. And I always like the thank you. It's very weird. You normally get a house with a destination. It's a really drawn out process. I won't worry about connecting that second blue house at this point. That blue will be fine with that one house probably for a while here. I do like these double ones because it does mean that we've got the chance of getting up to 18 motorways, but only having one option each week means that we're going to end up with a lot of traffic lights. I wonder if for every single person it's the same one item that you get offered every week. So you're playing on a very even playing field. There's no randomness to what everyone's getting. They're getting the same item. Okay, this is the second blue guy who's got a really nice setup. We possibly need to get that second yellow house through. I mean, he's now become the closest for that guy. Hopefully we get another yellow house down here. That'll make life nice and easy. So far we've been pretty lucky with the layouts of houses to destinations. It's going to have a big old stack of traffic lights. I'd imagine we're going to have at least 20 before this is done. Really pretty pattern to this point. So actually we can get this guy to connect that way. Don't really need to give that middle guy a second house yet, because he's got also a very short commute. I was thinking that for a second here, this building down the bottom had a reflections or something on its windows that allowed it to be see-through because it had something written in its shadow, but I realized it's just written on the river, it's not written on the shadow. Very well on my way to getting those traffic lights. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this guy go a little bit up. Allow those guys to connect in that way. Oh, he's getting a lot of little support. That tiny little like road that he can sneak through. Well, that's our first sort of inconvenient placement. And his houses are all at least grouped very nicely together. We could run him down the river, but no, that would be slower because the debuff we've got that the bridges are slow. It's an absolute clean straight shot across to get to green. I don't know if I should actually get him to go up and across, just to give us the option of houses showing up in that area, I feel. Seems it's slightly more useful. Like if we had this line here and then we had reds above the line, those reds are useless, but whether it's green, it doesn't matter which side it's going to be on. Side note, I could cut red all the way down here, but I think that it might limit the amount of locations that yellow and blue have where they could get their more houses from. So we'll leave it on the outside of blue, so we've got this sort of area in here to hopefully get more houses. At the moment we get them outside of that area. We will cater to those houses. We can possibly do that because it just means that both of these houses at the back are the backup houses. Okay. Got two bridges. Whoa, surprise zoom in. So let's put a motorway here though, and then see if we can get, again, it's going to be a long bridge. Ideal. So I realized that line that I built to allow houses to go through the middle has actually ended up being used by pink. So now the reds are all spawning in weird little spots, but they are needed to get down here. Quite possibly we need to use our second motorway on red. So let's cut this guy. Let's work this out. So we'll get rid of all of that. Get this guy to go across one more and then just run underneath. Get rid of that. And these guys all down that way. Now we'll get him in there. Bounce these guys from there to there. We do have two more bridges at the moment too. These two guys, I think unquestionably we've got to give these guys the road. Bridges mean that we can cut this guy's journey a little bit shorter. Just cut it underneath now. Don't have any more motorways, but really what we want is another motorway for purple. So that we can have one lot going up to the top and one lot on the bottom. need 3 more bridges. I'm not on top of my drawing game right there. Okay, let's clean that up. Alright, cool. So what we can do is we can then take these guys, go bridge 1. Take that, and we take them up there. Real weird little setup we've got going on here. It's crazy how far some of these guys are having to drive. We really are limited in the motorways we've got. So let's drive. Well, we can't even do anything till we... Let's just get him to go up, round. And... Gonna be our best idea for now. Great. Alright, so... What we're going to do is we're going to take this green community, we're going to get them out of the mess. These guys to whip around. Great, but I think the purple needs to be able to talk to its friend. I feel like we should relocate that to there. I also hate the way that those look when they do that jolt back on the motorways. Happy that we've ended up only with the 2 lots of traffic lights so far. Fast double gain just got there. Those 2 reds can probably look after him. Don't love sending that blue. Well, I think that what we need to do is bounce this from there to there to allow these guys to go up and support the top guy. And then what we can also do is that. Let's separate them out. I just noticed that these red guys are actually playing support through this road. Back the other way. Really got a purple problem. Really need to figure out how we can split up these two purples. So even if we say went that, and took guys on the north shore. Just basically just to try and divide where they're coming from. So that it's more that they've got the choice to come around. It's a much slower journey, but it means that those guys can run a little bit smoother. I don't think that we want to, like, divide these two groups without a motorway for them. It's just like, you can see how slow these guys are on this line. They're the auxiliary. They are starting to sort of clean up a little bit. I mean, if every house helps, we'll connect that guy. We can see that these guys aren't moving at the moment, so sort of won it in numbers. So many yellows now down on this bottom section. So we can get rid of that motorway. So with the extra motorway, it does give us some options of what we want to separate out. The fact that the two purples sharing a network down here and the two pinks up here only have one circular destination between them means I'm not too panicked about them at this stage. We sort of want to wait to see which one panics, and then we'll give those that motorway to them. It's really interesting because you can see that there's so many cars all the way at the back here that haven't left, which means that this guy, it's not that, it's just that they're taking a long time to get there. It's not that we don't have the capacity. There we go, there's our 20 traffic lights. We are starting to lose that battle though, so maybe let's concede. Put That's a bad move potentially for this guy. Sometimes that roundabout won't disappear immediately. And it just means that cars won't progress through. So what we're going to do temporarily is build a road there so that these guys can use the Red's motorway to get across. See that roundabout still sitting there. It's now gone, so we will get rid of there. Okay, so let's get a few more yellow houses on this guy. I'm just suddenly seeing like a lot of surge going on here. That circular green in the middle, there's nothing we can really do for him though. It's still very lean on motorways, I guess, with just the 4. I don't know how many more houses this red guy thinks he needs. I'm surprised this green is doing so badly. Not really that much to what he needs to do. I mean, I, on the other hand, fully understand why this guy is doing badly, so let's get him just the support of everyone who can run around the edge. Just, I mean, basically, like, at this point we need motorways. If we don't get motorways, we can't solve anyone's problems. I'm amazed that this green is doing so bad. It's just sort of, I guess, everyone's about to, we're having one of those games where just everyone is in panic, so we've just got to, I guess, count up Y1s and see how, if every single second that we're alive, if that gets us a little bit further up those leaderboards. I can't believe I still have those 2 roads crisscrossing. Completely forgot about it, that is the thing. I mean, more than fair that we can crash that there. I don't think there's anything I could do. Alright, 4157. Let's see where we stack up with that. We are the 1%. Number 22. It's pretty good, so I imagine it means everyone's sort of starting to collapse at the exact same point, because surely the top, it's just 1 or 2 people that have really burst above it, and then 4,000s for the rest of it. There we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.